My name is Nicole Schwartz, and I'm the product manager for the composition analysis team in Secure. We own the dependency scanning, container scanning, and license compliance tools. And I'm going to be telling you what we're thinking of for 13.1. So right now I'm recording the video, obviously, and I'll link this in the video. But we are trying to add a little bit of product metrics, and specifically around what is the ratio of times that people have, for example, a license that has a policy applied versus unapplied. So we're just trying to get general utilization metrics about our products, and so that we can better prioritize our bugs, requests that come in, and see how the work we're doing is being received. We are working to remove Docker and Docker. It should finish up in 13.0, but I think there might be one or two stragglers that possibly go into 13.1 or 13.2. None of them should impact anyone using our product. However, I just wanted to be aware it's not completely gone out of the system yet. We also are continuing some post-MVC work on offline secure scanning for self-hosted instances, which is mostly concentrated around the license compliance scanners, getting some of the less popular languages worked on. If you have set up an offline environment and you have any notes about areas that the documentation could improve or the experience could improve, please feel free to make comments in the post-MVC epic. Also, we always like to make sure we are addressing high priority bugs, any performance issues, or similar items. So we've got a good handful of bugs, P1 and P2, to work on during this release. We don't really have anything in the backlog available related to performance, reliability, availability, or UX debt at this time, luckily. So it's mostly just concentrating on knocking out a bunch of bugs that crept up. One of the goals that we haven't talked about before is AST Leadership. We had been discussing it and finally got around to formalizing that as a goal for this year. And how that relates to our team is that we need to get dependency scanning to complete. And that was something we had wanted to do anyway, but we just kind of connected that with this goal, which actually affects other groups as well. And we had spent the last week or so with the development team discussing what exactly this means. A lot of it right now is still up for debate. We're going to need some user feedback and user interviews to actually solidify some of these items. So if you could please take a look at this, I'll actually include a specific link where we're looking for people to sign up for user tests. And of course, you can always sign up for our First Look program, which will get you invited to early access as well as user testing. And then we've got a bit of work around auto remediation. I had mentioned it last time. We're working to introduce a bot so that not only when we suggest an MR as a solution to a finding, would you be able to click it, but you could say that you would like this bot account to be able to automatically create that and run the pipeline for you so that you could see the results of that. So we started working on it last time. We're going to continue working through, and I expect it's still going to take another couple releases before everything is really available on the front end. But if you, again, have any thoughts about that, we would love to hear it. We're hoping to make this a much more automatic process for those of you who enjoy the suggested solutions that we have in the product. And finally, before the cutoff point, we've got tying up some work around remodeling the way that we did severity and confidence, aligning it with industry standards. Our UX team did some really good research and found that some of our terms didn't quite align or were unclear. So we've got some tooltips and modals and documentation updates, as well as a couple UI updates. And so that should be tying up soon. There's some migration of data in the back end that needs to happen, but hopefully this will help everyone much more intuitively understand what we're saying as we're going to better align with industry standards. And finally, for license compliance, a lot of people have had confusion around the steps involved in order to successfully set up a policy and have that policy enforced by a security merge request approval. So we are attempting to improve that process. And if that flow works out well, we're going to apply that to dependency scanning as well. Everything else that we're looking at for the year is below the cutoff point, so we won't be looking at it in 13.1. And honestly, 13.1 right now is a little bit overloaded, so we probably are going to pull a couple of those items out and push them into 13.2 over the next couple of days. Thank you very much.